The reality of KRUMP is it's not what you think, especially for your new ones. The ones who know, the real ones, they know. And I'm gonna tell you why they know though. You might be a real person, but you're not really sure how to channel that within KRUMP or your expression, right? Maybe you just need a little guidance, especially with the current status of where KRUMP is now and all the stuff to keep up with and the politics and all that, right? I'm gonna tell you this. The reality of KRUMP, it doesn't rely on external, the things you can see on the outside. It doesn't rely on that. It doesn't rely on the social media. It doesn't rely on the attention. For an example, like KRUMP as a culture can be seen and slept on, right? Just like certain individuals in KRUMP can be seen and slept on. But when you see them, it's real all the time. That person is forever KRUMP, right? It's not about the things you can see all the time. KRUMP is real. KRUMP is raw. KRUMP is about density. It's not about how much you can just do. How much is actually inside. How much you can bring out. What's actually in there. Let's define density. Density is the mass of a substance divided by the volume. Let's make that a little more relatable, right? Density is the mass, the weight. Let's break that down real quick. Now, you can look at any type of person, any type of KRUMPer, right? No matter their size. Tell me if you heard this term before, right? Like, dang, that round was heavy. That KRUMP is heavy. Like, that's tight, but this person heavy. We all like anime, right? You can't read KRUMP on a power level. It's not numerical in that sense. KRUMP weighs. It's really pounds. You could look at somebody and just like, dang, like you weigh KRUMP. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a density behind that. That person carries a particular mass behind their KRUMP. So when it comes to density, you take the mass of a substance. Now this can mean a few things. This can mean the substance of an arm swing, a chest pop, any technique in KRUMP, right? You take the mass of a substance, whether it's a physical technique or it's a purpose, intent. You take the mass of that, the weight of that, and divide it by the volume. Your body is the volume. How much KRUMP can you pack in here? And in that body of yours. That's why KRUMP works for any size, any shape of a person. Some people will look at a more muscular, or a person with more physical weight and just assume that they have more KRUMP or that their KRUMP is heavier. It's not the case. You can have the biggest size person have the weakest KRUMP. It's a low density. And you can have the smallest, somebody as small as a child, pack so much KRUMP, so much real. It's a high density. It's about what's here, what's actually inside, the raw, the real. Now let's define that. Real, truth, honesty, what's actually there. And the raw, the ugly, untainted honesty. So whatever's in there is what you get. There is no filter for this. Raw is internal, not external. You dig it out. And that's the reality behind KRUMP. Real will recognize real all across the board. Everything else is subjective. The attention you get for it, the type of performance that you do, the following that you have, that's subjective. What you do with your KRUMP, you know what I'm saying? That's subjective to taste. But you have all these elements that make up KRUMP. The character, the jab, the arm swing, the chest pop, the wobble, the stomp, the grooves, the techniques behind it. All that mixed with your purpose, your drive, your passion, your actual expression, your real raw, all that creates your KRUMP density. If you've ever taken a workshop or learned one-on-one from Tight or Big Miho and you see them do one technique, one groove, one wobble, and you like, oh my God, I feel that. Why you think that is? It's because of the density. how much is packed into that expression, how much is packed into that krump. That's what makes it bulk. That's why simplicity is bulk. That's why it works. Simplicity is cohesive with krump. It's a combination of the physical, the mind, body, and soul. It's all that packed into it. How much is in you? That's why somebody can be very knowledgeable but have a low impact on the dance. A lot of volume, not too much mass. So you're gonna have a low density. Somebody can be really good at a few things, but not know too much. Still gonna be a low density. Take something and you make it mean something. That's how krump was created. The movements meant more. It was get off. It was something behind that. Create more purpose and intent behind your movements. There's a lot of people who think they know a lot until they run into the real. It's different. Every single time, it's different. There's no need to sell krump. Krump sells itself. It's up to you to take these techniques, these ingredients, understand it, learn it, know why they're there, what they work best with, and eventually add your own sauce. But that comes with development. It comes with time, experience, trial and error. So make sure you pack a high density when it comes to your krump, when it comes to your bulk, when it comes to your lab. Any moves and combos that you're making up, it's not always about what you can visually add more to something. Sometimes it's about how much more intensity can you put behind it? How much more purpose, more substance can you put behind it? You understand that? That's the reality of krump. Bro, how many times boys out here thinking they know something till they learn something from the source? Every time, it's the same story. Mind blown. Dang, I had no idea. And most times it be the basics. It be fundamental classes that people's minds be blowing over from. Why? Because there's so much into this stuff. It's so much packed into it. It's density. Word of the day, density. People be thinking Tada's be teaching 20 years in the future advanced techniques. It's like, nah. Teaching you how to jab right. Oh, it was this way? I thought it was these weak little. Oh boy. Put some life in that. Put some struggle in that. Boy, you better add some pain in there. Boy, you better add some welfare in there, some projects in there. Add some depression in that. What is this? I need some anger in there. I need some real passion in there. Don't bring that krump around here. Don't bring that unseasoned krump around here. Don't bring that unseasoned krump. Back here, this kitchen, we got seasoning in here. You hear me? So if you come in this kitchen to krump, you better be ready to season your buck. Put a dish in front of me, ain't no spice on it. Boy, I tell you what, boy, listen, I can tell we gonna have a good sit down on this. Y'all take notes. Take notes, get your pen and paper. Take notes, cause we got a lot to uncover, I see. Gotta teach you boys how to cook. You hear me? We got a lot more videos coming. This is ANTiX, South Style Ripper, Man Sanity, you hear me?